this is Matt, and we are refocusing Barbados. Today I want to start by looking at a very, very interesting interview given by Sir Kyffin Simpson over the weekend. And I was given today an article which appeared in Barbados Today. And there are a lot of disturbing things that came out of this interview. And the first thing that caught my eye was the opening statement. While acknowledging that it was tough for many people given the difficult period with which the economy is going through, he said he felt the federal administration was doing what was necessary slowly but surely. Then he goes on to say this, and I'm quoting, we just have to have faith in our leadership that we elected. So Kyffin, I'm having serious problems with a statement like that, and I'm going to tell you why. Trust must be earned. And if you break my trust, there's no way that I'm going to have faith in you, because that trust is broken. And this is the problem that we have in this country. So you just can't come out to the people and say, have faith in your government. That's an admission that there is no faith on the part of the people in the government. That's an admission. But did you explore the reasons why? Have you asked yourself, where are the people of this country at this stage? And I think if you go into it, I think you're a Barbadian, you would have to know why the people have broken faith with the government. I think, he goes on to say, I think the economy is fixable, and for sure, sooner or later, I think we will be seeing it getting fixed. Well, there's something else I want you to understand, Sir Kyffin. It is this. They wrecked it. We do not have the faith in them to fix it. Because we realize they do not have the capacity to fix it. They are out of their league. You understand? And the job is too big for them. So having looked at all these factors, the people of this country are saying, we don't want any more of this government. And that's why the polls showed what they showed when it was done over a week ago. When it was published over a week ago. The people of this country are saying, we would like elections now. And Sir Kyffin, despite what you are saying, right, and I don't know where you are seeing all of these, this turnaround coming from. I don't know what you're looking at. But certainly, as we see it, we are at the bottom looking up. And we cannot see anywhere up. We are having difficulty. And when you look at it, this government is inept. I will ask you a question, Sir Kyffin. If you had employees like this government, would you have kept them for 7 years? I'm a businessman, so are you, and I'm telling you, you would not have kept them beyond 2 years. You would have dumped them. You would have given them walking papers. Because they are non-performing, it's a non-performing government. People like you, Sir Kyffin, and me, we are results-oriented, and this government has not produced results. All it has given us is a lot of pain. And you are admitting that they're giving us pain. So why do you want us to hold on? And there's something else interesting here. You go on to say, the people who are already hurting a little bit, cheers, Sir Kyffin, what are you talking about a little bit? People losing their homes, Sir Kyffin. People can't send to school their children. People can't even put a good meal on the table so people have eaten today, they can't eat tomorrow, and you talk about hurting a little bit. Where are you living? In Japan? Sir Kyffin, what are you talking about at all? I get at man in this country. All over this country, people have to be chipping in and helping people out. And you talking about hurting a little bit. There's massive pain out there. A lot of pain has been spread around by this inept government. And you're telling me just to hold on? To what? We are grabbing at the rain, at the shadows. There's nothing to hold on to. That's why, again, I see the polls showing what they're showing. The polls are saying Bajans have had enough. This government is incapable of restoring this economy to its former glory. Well, I can take you, Mr. Kyffin, on something you said. This is what the article says. He noted that new car sales has dropped 59% since 2008. You are telling us that since Owen Simon Alpha left the government, gave up office, you understand? That your new car sales dropped by 59%. You know what will happen? You know what happened to the average man in the street if his income dropped by 59%? Will he be on the streets? And they got 2 or 3 children to take care of? Huh? You know what would happen to them? But you can say your new car sales have dropped by 59%, but you're still operating your businesses. And you're still expanding. What do you expect the people of this country to do? If you are so convinced, Sir Kyffin, if you are so convinced, I've got a little thing I want you to consider. Consider this one. If you feel they're so good at what they're doing and they're going to turn it around, we got 16 of them that we want to give you, all 16. You can have them, employ them. Maybe they'll do a better job for you than they'll do for us or they're doing for us. Another thing. But this woman never ceased to amaze me. Senator Maxine McLean. She is in a class by herself. You hear what I tell you? She is in a class by herself. She looks at us and says to us, and I heard it on the 7:30 news this morning, oh, the marriages have been painful but necessary. Maxine, you cut off my hand and then tell me, it's necessary for me to give you bandages to stop you from bleeding to death. That's what you're telling me. In other words, Maxine McLean, you're saying, well, the bishops, they're a bunch of fools. It didn't take us long to realize that y'all can handle this job, you know. Because, and let me show you some of the nonsense that your government did. And you had a part in it too. So you're not inescapable. You're inescapable, I should say. Look, you all started off by attacking an economic bloc in this country. Guyanese, Vincentians, Jamaicans, St. Lucians. When I was round them up like animals, like cattle, and kick them out the country. You see those same people? They paid rent, they bought food, right? They paid bus fares. They were an economic bloc. And when they decided to cut off brutally cut off an economic bloc from our economy. And you could tell me that these measures that you are doing because of your recklessness, these measures are necessary? Maxine McLean, you know what's necessary? For y'all to demit office. That is necessary. Because again, I understand you'll be putting forth your trash in not to 2015. I had the whole weekend to think about a lot of things. In between, the staff was planning a birthday party for me. I'm 26 on the 17th of March. Really, I'm 26. And it was a milestone. It was a milestone, and We had a good time together on Saturday night, and I sat down here at my desk and I started to think of a lot of things over the weekend. And a lot of things about this country have been worrying me a lot for the longest while. And that is why I have decided that I will open my mouth and address issues that need to be addressed. I believe that our next election will be an election of change, and everything points in that direction. But how our next leader approaches leadership will determine if there is a radical departure from what we have experienced over the last 7 years. Will the behavior of the political directorate also experience fundamental change? And I ask this question against the backdrop of what we have seen and have come to dislike about politicians. Politicians love the roar of the crowd, but after the roar of the crowd dies, what do we expect of them? Do they believe they know exactly what we need? Or is it their arrogance that causes them to assume that they know what we need? They do not consult with us. After the roar has died, they are not aware that we have something to say. Will they change in a fundamental way that causes us to be less cynical? If they continue to put on a show, which is not for free, then we hold no hope of being less cynical. We know the script. We have seen it over and over. The characters may change, but the script remains the same. We cannot say we do not determine how the movie ends. We have chosen the characters. So yes, we have our say. But do we have enough say? Or are we true participants in the play? Or are we needed only to give applause? Thank you. This has been Refocusing Barbados, and I'm Matt.